Hello everybody, dear Madame de Castillo, dear Member of Parliament, dear ladies and gentlemen. I'm very honored to be here today, and Piers, thank you for the introduction of FIWARE. FIWARE is a community committed to build an open, sustainable ecosystem around public, royalty-free and implementation-driven software platform standards that ease the development of new smart applications in multiple sectors. So the basis is to create this smart applications which will help us in our daily life, which will help industry companies to better do their processes. And as Piers said already, a lot has been done over the last 4 years. A lot of investment has been done, but a lot of results have been created, and with all these elements in place, it was time to take FIWARE to the next level, to industrialize, to globalize, and to commercialize it. And that's exactly what happened. On October 28th of last year, the FIWARE Foundation was formally registered and headquartered in Berlin. There were some discussions before where to go, to which country to go, but finally the decision was made to go to Berlin. And I was appointed as CEO, a fascinating and challenging position which I proudly accepted. The foundation will be the guardian of the FIWARE mission. It will warrant the key principles of openness, of transparency and meritocracy that will let anyone to contribute and benefit from FIWARE, and finally to benefit from the investments that have been taken by the European Commission. To achieve this, the FIWARE Foundation, as a legal independent and non-profit organization, will promote, augment, protect and validate the current and future FIWARE technologies and the current and future FIWARE community, empowering its members. From end users to developers, from large corporations to startups, from citizens or from cities to citizens. FIWARE plays or aims to play an instrumental role in building the digital single market by driving the adoption of interoperable smart solutions around the globe. This journey started with our first target vertical, smart cities, so that was the original and first area where this technology has been adapted. And in the meantime, more than 100 cities from 22 different countries, not only in Europe, but also in other continents, have joined in the open and agile smart cities community, committed to realizing their digitization based on FIWARE. And also, that happened end of last year, the National Institute of Standards and Technologies, NIST in the US, and the White House in the US recommended FIWARE as basis for their new Smart Cities initiative. So coming from smart cities, now smart agri-food, and especially also smart industry, including Industry 4.0, are the additional key vertical targets for FIWARE. Digitization in the manufacturing industry is driving major changes in this vertical. Digital will be faster, cheaper and stronger, and will disrupt core processes and business models within global manufacturing companies. And there are two major trends which will be supported by open platforms like FIWARE. The first one is the trend to what we call outcome-based services. So many companies are developing along this so-called service continuum, developing their business models from a pure product-oriented business model to a so-called outcome-based business model. What does it mean? Let me give you an example. A German compressor manufacturer called KESA started not just to sell their compressors to their customers, but to install the compressors on the premises of their customers, connecting them to the internet, monitoring the systems via the internet, and operating the compressors via the internet. And as they have developed and manufactured their machines, they are able to operate them more efficiently than their customers could ever do. And by doing so, by installing the machines on the premises of their customers, they are not selling the products anymore, they are selling the results of their product. In this case, they are simply selling compressed air to their customers. And that's what we call outcome-based business models. There are a lot of different other examples on that. For example, Rolls-Royce Aero Engine is, they call it power by the hour. So not selling aero engines to the airplane manufacturers, but renting them to them and getting paid by the power they are delivering to the machines. And another major trend we see is a trend to lot size 1, or what we call mass customization. Let me give you another example here. Adidas, the sports manufacturer, is today producing more than 300 million pairs of sport shoes, mainly in Asia. And this production process is today based mainly on a lot of manual process steps. And it takes at least 3 months until a new product design, a new product has been sent to Asia, has been produced over there, and comes back and finds its way to the customer in Europe. At least 3 months. And end of last year, Adidas opened a first own production plant in Germany, in a city called Ansbach, where they produce lot size 1. So you are able to go into a shop, have your feet and your moving measured, and according to your individual needs and with your wishes to the individual design, your sports shoe is produced in the plant in Ansbach, just a unique shoe for you, and you will get it after 24 hours. So not after 3 months, but after 24 hours. And also this does not work without an IoT platform. So we need this open IoT platform to get the data out of the shop, to monitor the production process. And this is, as I said, a major second trend. And in this case, a lot of job profiles will be changed by this digitization. But as you can see in this little example, it will also help to get production back from the low-cost countries to Europe. And the target of Adidas is by 2020 to produce at least 7 million out of the 300 million there where their customers are. So here in Europe and in the US. And talking about these platforms, today there are more than 200 Internet of Things platforms globally available. Most of them as closed solutions, so with a proprietary architecture and proprietary data models. And once a company has decided for one of these solutions, we are talking about what we heard already 2 times now at this lunch, the so-called vendor lock-in. So once you have decided for such a closed solution, you are committed to this vendor. Often it has advantages. For example, other products of this vendor are provided with standard interfaces. They can easily be integrated, but as soon as it comes to competitor products, it becomes at least more difficult, if not even impossible. And that's different with the FIWARE approach. FIWARE is an open source architecture, so it's license free, and it has an open data model, and it has open interfaces. We call them APIs, application programming interfaces. And we will show this approach, and as I said already, we're coming from the area of smart cities, going now into the area of smart agri-food, so the digitization of farming and food production processes, and in the area of Industry 4.0 and smart industry. We will show this this year together at the world largest fair in this area, the Hanover Industry Fair, where we will have a booth of FIWARE together with the Industrial Internet Consortium from the US and the platform Industry 4.0 from Germany. So we are entering more and more also into this industry area. And finally, FIWARE is open for all. So I'm heading the FIWARE Foundation, which has been founded in October of last year by 4 companies. In alphabetic order, it is Atos, where I'm originally coming from, Engineering, Orange, and last but not least, Telefonica. So these are the 4 companies who founded the FIWARE Foundation. In the meantime, after our first summit, as you mentioned the summit already, we had in December in Malaga, we have an additional 5 gold members. And on Friday of last week, the board of directors accepted a new platinum member, and to become a platinum member really means a commitment. It is a large electronic organization, and it will be soon released which one it is. But we are growing, we are open for everyone. Not only the software is open and the platform is open, but also we as a foundation are open. And finally, I'd like also to invite you to the FIWARE Open Day, and you have a flyer on your desk as a save the date, and it will happen on March 7th here in Brussels. So, thank you very much and enjoy your lunch.